Yeah, it's this thing, but I'll explain. Hey everyone, thatoldnerfguy here. A few weeks back, like 5 or 6, maybe a little more, this seller, I'm not gonna name him, contacted me about a UDL review, that UDL shell ejecting shotgun. I was pretty pleased because those things are kind of hard to come by around here. So having this blaster was pretty appealing to me. That was in exchange of a review. Then the tracking number came and I was following it, and there was some weird update. At one point it was returned to sender, but after investigation it was returned to sender on behalf of the sender. The week passed, and then another 4 weeks later, this box arrived. It doesn't look like a UDL shotgun. In fact, this is the infamous Lizzy Blaster, which is a complete rip-off of Ehdrien's Gecko, like in every way. It even have the exact aesthetic. I was not planning on making the review of this one because this is an insult to the community. This blaster was basically sent to me for free. So I will do my part of the deal and do the fair, honest, and unbiased review of this thing. Here we go. So this is the Lizzy Blaster by a company named Sembilan. I guess they are the same company that made that Warhammer and that other Rhino blaster, which looked like this one, but is more inspired. Honestly, I was planning on making a review on the Rhinoceros blaster, but they sent me this thing. One thing worries me. First is that waxy box, which is the generic Chinese product box. And the second thing here is the 6 Plus. 6 Plus. Like, they took the time and effort to rip off a fine blaster like the Gecko that Ehdrien put hours to work in, and they did a 6 Plus blaster, meaning it is gonna shoot stuff. Okay, I said I was gonna be unbiased. Let's not speak about the Gecko because this is not a Gecko. This is the Lizzy. At first glance, it is darn close. I mean, look at that. And I don't know how it come out on camera, like, but this thing is not white. This thing is an off-white, like almost yellowish. Not the kind of color I was expecting. Kind of clunky. Sounds powerful. I doubt the 6 Plus age is right on this box. They say Lizzy soft bullet launcher. And they have their Sembilan name on it with the number. I don't... This is more than a ripoff. At first glance, I see a couple problems. And like a proof that they just took the 3D file and adapted them for injection molding. Magazine is good. Does it drop? Okay, it gravity dropped. That's a good point for this thing. It gravity dropped. Why? Okay, there's this like prime lock which move up and down, and see, it doesn't move down all the time. That's blocking you. But otherwise, this is quite a stiff prime, and this thing feel unlubed. It's nice. Of course it's nice. It's a complete replica. Trigger seem a little loose and soft. I mean, the feeling is not bad, but it's okay. But the material is nylon. Normally I was expecting ABS. This is nylon, and their nylon is not like the hard kind we find normally in airsoft. This is a softer thing. Like, you feel it even more with the trigger. Otherwise, MagFed, I don't know if those are Talon. Can it fit Talon? Let me grab one. Can it fit Angle Talon? Because the listing on this blaster says it does. Nah, you're gonna have to shave quite a lot under this handle if you want to fit an Angle Talon into this blaster. This is not fitting at all, meaning you need those special magazines to go in. As I remember, the Gecko is working with Talon, so they tried to not completely rip it off by doing that. This is too close to a Talon to not be based on it. I mean, even the notch for the mag release is at the same place. Yeah, overall quality is okay. I'll say it's nice, it's firm, it is very heavy with a big chunky handle, but there is that little something, like this screw is completely stripped off. There's a screw there I see, which is stripped off too, completely. This thing would be a nightmare to take apart, I mean in that state, because of the strip screw on it. And right away, this thing seems to work, but yeah, upside down, it's not gonna prime. I think that's, no, maybe to prevent you from priming it by pushing. We have a long aluminum barrel. The return spring is quite stiff on it. You need to hold it. We have a nice aluminum barrel on it. Not sure it's super high quality. I'm gonna test the fit for this barrel. Let's take Max Dart. It is quite loose. I mean, do I have... yeah, same thing for this one. Yeah, it is a bit loose to my taste. I like my barrel a little bit more tight than this. So that's kind of a flaw, because if you put a brass barrel, it will basically solve this problem. Yeah, this is the catch and the mag release, which is pretty responsive. I have to say the mag eject is good. Let's go see if this thing is worth anything on the target and the chronograph. Then we'll be back for my final thought on this Lizzy. Let's keep its identity because there is some flaw. And the trigger doesn't want to come back. Superb. This feels like unlubed in every level. Like, there's no lube in this thing. I really don't think there is. This is too dry, too clunky to prime. Okay, let's go try it. Okay, let's try this thing with what? Bamboo first. Not like they're gonna help it. Okay, this was not amazing, really. Average 92, minimum 89, maximum 96. This is okay for a small stock Chinese blaster, I guess, but it's not cutting it. Not in the hobby, and not for the price point. I mean, this thing is like $55, $60, sometimes $90 on some sites. This is pretty expensive for something that is only shooting maximum of 96. Let's try AF Pro now. Oh, that was weird. Okay, again, far from being stellar, pretty much the same, somewhere lower, somewhere higher. Let's finish with Max Dart, just for fun. That's clunky prime, really. So that is really just your average, what they try to be performance blaster out of China. Really, this thing shoots soft. This is average of 91.6. I tried 3 type of dart on this thing. Minimum 82, maximum 97. It's okay, but it's not cutting it. Not for the stiffness of this prime. This is amazingly stiff for that low power. Let's go check accuracy, because this barrel feels quite loose and it's not even perfectly straight. So I'm kind of intrigued about that. You see, the problem with this Lizzy Blaster is a problem that we basically fueled over the year. Companies were copying Nerf and the Stryfe and were copying other design to their flavor, to their style. Some were cheaper, some were better. But we were buying those and we were basically laughing at Nerf being copied. The problem is that by buying those blasters, we encourage those companies to look around to copy good blaster. But now, if they want to look at Nerf, they don't really find what to copy to have something innovative. So they turn around to the community, and that starts to be a problem. Because if they turn to the community, this is a small creator. He's making a small amount of money out of every file or N-R every Gecko sold by copying directly his design. And it's not just like, I mean, a Stryfe knockoff, or even the Holy Key was almost a Stryfe, but still got some difference. Like, there is not much more difference from the Stryfe to the Holy Key from this thing to the real Gecko, aside from the marking. But the problem is that it's stealing a small creator's way of living. And creators are going to stop to render files available. What they're going to do is they're going to start to sell whole blaster, or to sell their design to a company that might still offer a product that is equal or superior to this thing, but legitimately to make some amount of money. That is something that in the community and in the 3D printing community you don't want. You want the creator to put the file available so you can print your own blaster, or you can print your own custom version of it. But in the end, it's basically our motivation to buy those knockoff Stryfe, and even at one extent those prophecy. Because if you go at the origin, Worker is China. I'm not blaming Worker, because I'm pretty sure they got some licensing somewhere, but they started as a performance upgrade part company, and then they moved over and created the Prophecy shell to integrate all those parts in, and that Prophecy shell was basically a Retaliator shell but more sturdy, and we're all happy about it. I got one right here. I'm pretty much happy about this blaster, but if you go to the origin, this is a copy. Okay, it might be authorized. This is not authorized, and that's kind of the problem. It was basically they basically carbon copied the Gecko into this thing to have a blaster, which is not even that good for the price they're asking. I mean, I was expecting a little more refinement, and as a reviewer, to stay fair and to show you what's on the market, even though this one was kind of forced on me, I needed to show it to you. This is kind of important, maybe as a warning to tell you this is not a Gecko. To be fair and honest, I would like to tell you that this is a good blaster, but I had too much hiccups with it, too much little problem, darts falling out the barrel, the prime didn't want to engage, the clunkiness of the slam fire, the no compatibility with angle talon mag, plus the trigger flexing, and so on and so on. Even if this thing was legit, I would not primarily recommend you to go and get one. There is too much flaw on this thing. I mean, there is much flaw on this blaster than there is on the Swift, and when I got it, it wasn't perfect. So that gives you an idea. But that's enough. That's enough seeing it. I mean, this Lizzy is a complete ripoff. I mean, obviously Ehdrien did amazing work developing this thing on a very, very, very big amount of time. And this company basically like bought the file, adapted them to injection molding, and not very well, because a lot of sharp edges should have been rounded and they didn't do the work. And it feels, when you use it, it feels like it was produced in a hurry. Like I said earlier, I am not gonna link this product because this review was forced on me. This review was really pushed on me. I didn't ask for it. It was supposed to be a UDL shell ejecting shotgun, but you are having the Lizzy, which I'm sorry for. That's it for this video. In the meantime, you can always follow me on Facebook and Instagram at thatoldnerfguy. Please leave a like and comment, subscribe for more content. Don't forget to hit that bell to stay notified for my latest video. This was Dave Fatag. See you next time. Bye.